Arsenal made another bid for Declan Rice, which has been rejected immediately by West Ham. Me and you kind of joked about it in terms of a bounce back email. Like, it's not even got through to the main person, right? They're not even looking at it because it's 75 million over 4 years, and then add-ons is 15 million over 5. And I'm just thinking, if you want him, just go out and get him. Stop playing around. Just go out and get your man. He's West Ham's captain. West Ham aren't going to take nonsense with this. Just put the cash on the table and say, okay, here it is.
No, I think the truth lies somewhere between the 2 points that you've made there. I think on one level, maybe the starting bid should have been slightly higher, but on another level, it's quite a good ploy. You start the bidding as low as possible.
It's a good ploy until Man City get involved.
No, but
yes. It's all well and good now if you think Declan Rice has eyes on Arsenal, and that could be true. But if Man City get involved and you've been dilly-dallying around and they just say, here, bang, here's 80, then you're in trouble.
That's true, but if they're going high, like, for example, think about how much Manchester United ended up paying for Anthony. Part of the issue there was that they started the bidding at what they thought was a price that was going to get him and ended up having to overpay by their own admission.
True.
So I think that it's definitely a good business strategy. Maybe they started too low, but I think this is life. Like, when Tottenham put the bid into Leicester, 2 players for 50 million quid. It's not that they necessarily expect to sign players of Barnes' quality and Maddison's quality for 50 million quid, but it's to get the ball rolling, to open the conversation and to start the conversation as low as possible. I don't think that it's representative of how highly Arsenal rate Declan Rice, how much they want him.
Ultimately, I think they're going to get him.
Yes.
So regardless, I just feel like do it now. I thought they might have tried to get him before the internet. Obviously he's gone for a break now. Everyone's gone on holiday, but they're going to get him. I just find that if he's your main target, and he is their number one target. I know there's been a lot of talk of other players, that they're going to look at, but he's their number one target,
and they need him.
Stop playing around. Get your number one target straight away. Chelsea have made the biggest signing so far of the window, and it's funny because as soon as I heard about this one, I automatically thought of you, not because of Chelsea, but I know that you have this hate's a strong word, but I think it is actually hate for some players coming from the Bundesliga to your club. They've not quite worked out, have they?
I'm very cynical. I'm very cynical, and I would question the competitiveness of the Bundesliga. I think if you look at Kai Havertz, you see an example of it. Somebody that was ripping it up in the Bundesliga and hasn't exactly been prolific in the Premier League. Timo Werner is one of the most wasteful, profligate strikers I've ever seen play. Timo Werner was, again, ripping it up in the Bundesliga. So, yeah, I am slightly...
Naby Keita, from my perspective.
Jadon Sancho.
Ripping up the Bundesliga.
Jadon Sancho, ripping it up in the Bundesliga. What then happened off the back of my scepticism around the Bundesliga was my prediction around Erling Haaland, which the less we say about that, the better.
Yeah.
But, generally speaking, I think there is certainly a Venn diagram of players landing in this country, not necessarily performing to the expected level, and coming from the Bundesliga. There is a grey area in the Venn diagram of those two things. But Christopher Nkunku, everything that Chelsea are lacking, Nkunku has. Certainly what we've seen on display in the Bundesliga. Like, if you think about Chelsea's forwards at the moment, he's far and away the best. He's far and away the best forward that Chelsea would have had access to.
And
if
when
you're looking at the numbers,
it's good as well, because this guy can play on the wings. He can do that. He can go through the middle as a number 9. He can even drop down a bit deeper as a number 10. Plus, as you say, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah. Look, goals and assists.
Don't lie.
Goals and assists over the last 2 seasons. He is in a totally different stratosphere to any player at Chelsea at the moment. So Chelsea signing him is big. Also, we have to remember that he is one of Europe's most coveted attackers. He is one of the forwards that everyone was eyeing up. Everyone was aware of him.
Would have gone to the World Cup, got injured just beforehand, so was part of that French
playing
squad.
for a France squad.
Yeah.
They're not exactly...
You know how good you've got to be in that French squad going forward.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. Completely. So I'm very happy that we've signed him. We certainly need replenishments because our goal scoring is just so desperately lacking. I saw an incredible stat. Chelsea in 88 were relegated. Right? Chelsea played Middlesbrough. We ended up going down. That season that we went down, we scored 8 more goals than we scored this season. The season that's just gone, where we finished 12th, we scored 8 more goals than we did in that season, the year that we were relegated in 88 by Middlesbrough.
Quick one, just before we move on. Who does he replace in that forward line? Don't say anyone.
All of the above. All of the above.
Give me a name. Go on.
All of the above.
Aubameyang looks like he's going to go. Havertz looks like he's going to go.
Yeah, I mean,
not quite sure
if you think about Christian
Pulisic,
Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, Aubameyang is still at the club. Romelu Lukaku is still at the club. There are so many forwards whose responsibility is to get the ball in the back of the net, who have let Chelsea down time and time again. Christopher Nkunku coming in is a breath of fresh air and immediately starts simply because his name is not Christian Pulisic or Hakim Ziyech. Like we need a new look front line, and I'm excited to see him play.